running in the Badlands. What do I like about the Badlands? What do I like about the Western Quarter? Number one is the beauty. I mean, where are you gonna get scenery like this? Scenery you're actually interested in seeing. I mean, I see the most beautiful things out here. Well, if it's so beautiful, truckerbrown, why is it in the Badlands? There is no winter in the country like the Northern West. You know, this winter can be considered extreme. One second. I mean, this cold can drop to the negatives, and the road can ice up. It could, you know, it could be one of those days. Crazy cloud cover. There is a risk of sliding off the mountain, crashing. You know, there's some heavy risk driving through here. And the main thing you're trying to keep together is, you know, the foundation, the basics. Knowing how to read the road, I would say, is number one. Attempting, understanding these shadow areas, like I'm about to drive into, can be enough ice to knock you off the road. It can be sunny and dry in the sun, and as soon as you go around the bend and hit the shadows, it could be ice road truckers. Sometimes when it's hot enough for it to melt, there'll be little streams coming off of the rocks. You'll see where the water is trickling down. It'll come onto the street, and then when the sun changes position and that falls out of the way of the sun, it'll freeze. And you know, that's it. That's all, folks. So it's one of those things where you really gotta watch what you're doing. Really got to watch what you're doing. It's not a joke. It's not a game. You know, you don't need to go that fast. And if you're coming from the southeast or the southern part of the country, and you're used to going balls to the walls everywhere, you can come up here and lose your lunch. There's no reason to be going top speed through here. None. Top speed through here, because I mean, it's a change every time you go around the corner. You don't know what to expect, and you should approach it as that. I don't know what to expect. It's not something you're supposed to be out here playing with. But the scenery, though, is priceless. I enjoy the scenery very much, but I also keep a good eye on the danger. It's not to be played with. I mean, I would love to live out here, but man, I don't think I could survive the winters. I could, but you know, a person with Beck and Y, I could if the opportunity arose. You know, it was just some killer position in the high quarter that I could take. I could do it. But I mean, you know, a couple of things you got to change in coming out here. You better be pre-tripping that truck. You better be making sure everything's good. Because on top of how dangerous it is, the DOT is rampant out here. You know, they're pulling you in. They don't need you, you know, losing brakes and killing a bunch of people. So that would be the other thing I would say. play-by plays at. Make sure you got all that under control. Back to the right lane. Make sure you have all that under control. But you can wake up and think, oh, I'm Gucci. It's sunny today, and you can drive into the Dickens. I'm going from Utah. Today I'm going from Utah to Idaho. Those are both extreme weather situations. You best believe I'm looking at, and after Idaho I'm going to Oregon. You better believe I'm looking at that. I'm looking at the weather. What's going on up there? Is it bad right now? I'm looking at that. On top of that, I'm also paying attention to the gas stops, because when you're in this part, you could be like, oh, I'll just wait till I get on a quarter of a tank, and you could be driving on the interstate and they could tell you, oh, we'll run this way, and now you got to do 487 miles with no fuel stop you can stop at through the backlands, like through up, down, terrible terrain, skinny, no place to stop, no way, no one to call. You can run into that very easily. So it's like, make sure I know where I'm going, but I'm on my Red McNally. I look at my fuel, I can get another 250 miles out of that. I'm gonna type in 200 miles down the road to fuel. Get to that place, fuel up, and then you hit the offside. You gotta look at that, when you're looking at your Red McNally and you have it clocked into where your destination is, you need to look and see where these fuel stops are at. It's basic trip planning. And you'll see a void. You'll see that, oh, it's 30 miles, 50 miles, 70 miles, 80 miles, 90 miles in net places, and then it'll jump from 90 miles to 500 miles. That means just 400 some miles in between there, where there ain't nothing you can fuel at. And that's a bad feeling, driving, trying to keep your foot out of it because you don't know if you're gonna run out of fuel and all of that type of stuff. You do not want to be in that position. You dang sure don't want that note, that fuel to hit you when they gotta come out and fuel your truck. That stuff is expensive. Or if you have to go and use your own card at one of these side mom and pop fuel stations, because there ain't no fuel discount on them buddies. Whatever's on that number, that's what you're paying. Now you done stopped in the middle of nowhere. Now you're paying $309 for 500 miles worth of fuel, and you're in your feelings. You don't want to be in that position. So the biggest advice is pay attention to what's going on. You're not in Tennessee where you're going to have a pilot or a flying J or a TA at every stop. I'll fuel later on down. Like really, the east, the east lower quarter and the south are very spoiled. They're very spoiled. You get up here, it ain't the same, man. You got to put that skill in the driving. That's where the professional driver comes in at. What is this? What is going on here? What is going on? Slide over straddle the lane real quick. Be on the side of the road. Warner could have did a better job of driving on the side of the road than that. But yeah, there is no forgiveness. You put yourself in a bad situation, you are in a truly bad situation. You're not trying to run out of fuel out here. It's freaking 7 degrees out this joint. Your bunk heater runs on fuel. So now this is a life or death matter. Your fuel is life. You are not trying to be in this truck with no fuel. It's 5 hours away from anybody that could bring you fuel. Now you ain't got no heat. If you look up these crazy crazy areas out here, people have car problems and freeze to death all the time out here. So you want to make sure your equipment's in order before you run out here. Now you're gonna be all bundled up looking crazy. You know, you'll have protection from the wind. That's another thing too. You better have some real winter equipment on the truck that never comes off of it. You know, I have like jumpsuits and, you know, bibs and Carhartt jackets, under like, you know, those what do they call those Under Armour type situations, real boots, North Face boots, to where I could sit here and be in the cold until they came and got me at the last result. You know, I would not be enjoying it, but I won't die. Because I have like ski level coats and equipment that I can layer up with. You know, it's not a joke. You're playing with your life. That's the main thing I want to